Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot's Pick Your Crystal weekly reading for July 4th through the 10th. So today we have some really lovely crystals here. So this one we're going to refer to as a rosy pink or a dusty rose. Okay. This one is like a marbled blue and black. And this one is it's sort of a lavender or a lilac, a purple and white. I'm just going to put that there. Maybe you'll be able to see it better if that's your choice because it disappears into the cards. So take a moment, look at the three crystals, and just see which crystal or crystals your eye is drawn to, which one feels right. And let's get started, shall we? So we're going to start with this dusty rose. Let's see what we have in store. And it's interesting because there are times that I pull 3 cards, there are times that I pull 4 cards. It really is very intuitive in terms of what gets pulled. So if you're wondering how come there's some fluctuation there, that's the answer. Okay, so this is very interesting. You've got the High Priestess, you've got the 8 of Wands, and you've got the 4 of Cups. So the High Priestess is really about understanding your own spirituality, understanding your own power, your own light, respecting it, being one with it, connected to it. And it feels very much like for the group of people or the people who have chosen this dusty rose stone, it feels very much like there's going to be a bit of an awakening or perhaps communications, perhaps something you read or write yourself, something you hear that just gives you a bit of a bit of clarity, sends you seeking in a new direction or confirms that you're already going in the right direction. So this is about kind of listening to yourself and discovering what it is that your higher self, your soul, wants to share with you, wants to communicate with you. This is about being empowered. This is about, manifesting that which you're looking to manifest. And when you are manifesting, it's very important that you always remember that you do not demand. You simply command. And you can command when you are immersed in your high priestess, when you are one with your truth, your energy. Now, the Four of Cups is kind of interesting. And, normally it's sort of read a little bit like, being handed something that you don't want or you're not thrilled with. But in this case, I'm really, really drawn to the fact that the cup is being, it's arriving on wings. And so it feels very much to me like through this process, you're going to discover some truth, some understandings, gain perhaps some clarity. And when this 4th cup joins these 3 cups, it's almost as if some pieces of the puzzle are going to come together for you. And in doing that, it's going to almost like reinforce your clarity and your understanding of your own power, of the direction you want to take, of the things you want to say or communicate. So this is feeling very, I want to say like internal, private, but very, very enlightening. And I'm just going to remind you that in Conversations with God series of books, enlightened or enlightenment was described as in the light, in the moment. And it really is, to my mind, one of the most brilliant descriptions of the word enlightenment. It doesn't talk about it as being some sort of state that you attain and then you stay. It it talks more about the light coming to you in moments and clarity that you receive from that and gain from that. So that very much is what this week is feeling like. It's feeling like there's going to be growth, there's going to be clarity, there's going to be some understanding that perhaps, has been missing. And it definitely feels like this is a week where you are going to become just a little bit more empowered about who you are, what you are, and where you're going with it. All right. Now, the beautiful sort of marbled blue and black. I'm almost scared to put it on this thing. It's going to fade right into the um, into the fabric here. All right, let's see what we've got for you. We have the King of Swords. We have the Hierophant. And we have Justice. So you have, two high arcana cards here. So swords are, about thoughts. They're about ambitions. They are about the intellect. When they are combined with the Hierophant and Justice as they are now, certainly this layout feels very much to me almost as if those of you now, this could be sort of almost literal, as in there may be some of you who are waiting for an answer or waiting for justice, waiting for a resolution. And it feels like this is going to be a period of time where things may start to fall into place, or may be able to gain some more clarity on that. But in addition to that almost like mundane description, it feels very much as if there are times when you have to pull back and let your thoughts ground your ambitions, but not deny them. It is about, all of us to one degree or another at various times have to deal with sort of that self-talk, that conversation that goes on in our head that generally speaking is not particularly helpful. This feels very much like a period where you can look and listen, hear those words, and say, I reject that because that is not my truth as I see myself. So I'm going to cancel that thought. I'm not going to allow that thought to continue to create an environment for myself where I feel victimized, where I don't feel that justice was served, where my own internal wisdom was brought into question. There is a solidness about the King of Swords, but there is also an understanding that sometimes strength, in fact, almost always, strength comes from an internal place, an internal dialogue, a internal acceptance and even release. So this is talking about an awareness, a self-awareness. and listening and knowing that it is time to honor your highest intentions. And it is time to shut down those voices that are not empowering you, those voices that are not encouraging you, those voices that are not reaffirming what you have to offer and what you bring to the table. So, very much an energy of, just kind of getting clear, standing strong in who you are, what you believe, and what you know is your truth. It's time to let go of any behavior that reinforces being victimized. Replace the word victim with survivor. Replace the word stupid behavior or with wisdom learned. Connect with your power, connect with your strength, and cancel that which is not productive or helpful to you. All right, and this lovely it's a very soft purple and a white. Kind of sits almost like a little pyramid. Let's see what you have. You have the Page of Wands. You have the Queen of Pentacles. And you have the Page of Pentacles. So, in many ways, this feels sort of like a bit of a good news grouping of cards. You have the Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. So, this is talking to me about ideas, either that you receive from outside or ideas that come to you internally that are going to help you gain a little bit of security. Now, whether that is financial security or physical security and safety, whether it's some sort of good news coming to you pertaining to, money, investments. I don't know, but a great mortgage rate if you're, great interest rate if you're renewing your mortgage. But it feels sort of very almost like unexpected good news or good communications or hearing something or discovering something that leads you down a path where you can discover this information. But the thrust of the reading is that there are going to be information coming to you and thoughts coming to you that is going to bring the arrival of additional security. And that security is going to create or blend together to really help strengthen the Queen of Pentacles. Now, it's important to remember that when you're talking about Pentacles, you're not only talking about money. You could be talking about so many other things. You could be receiving news about a job that is going to add to your security. You could be receiving news about some good news about a family member, about a health situation, about a direction you want to take that taps into and connects with that sort of Earth Mother energy. And it's the Earth Mother energy is not exclusively a female energy. It is an energy of respecting and honoring the earth that sustains you, that nourishes you, that helps you find your place that allows you to move forward in a way that is secure. I'm also hearing the word manifestation. And so it feels a little bit like for some of you, you may be ready to sort of start um, manifesting something. Perhaps you're going to have an idea or some clarity, or you're finally going to figure out the words that you want to use. And I always caution you if you're, creating almost like a mantra for manifestation, you want it to be simple and clean. You do not want to clutter it up. So, um, you know, the phrase, I have enough and I am abundant. There you have it. I am safe and secure in my environment, and I remain so. Simple. But it feels as if there may very well be sort of a bit of a focus of settling down almost and going, okay, wait a minute. This is what is not in my world at this time. And really, this is what I would like to bring in my world. And so I am going to engage in some manifestation. I am going to surround myself with positive thoughts and positive energy about what it is that I am seeking to draw towards me. Always remember when you're dealing with, you know, I'm gonna broaden it out into say like energy work, because in some ways it almost applies to the other two crystals. Always remember when you're dealing with um, the work of energy, it is about speaking and being in a place where you are confident and comfortable. You cannot have energy in there that is needy or demanding. It has to be, it has to come from a place of assurance, a place of knowing, a place of accepting that you can have this. And, one of the sort of most clear descriptions, I guess, when it comes to manifesting is understand that everything in the whole universe has already been created. It's sitting somewhere. Your job when you're manifesting is to dial in to the right frequency that will allow it to come. And so, if you think about that in terms of a radio, stations on a radio, if you're trying to bring classical music into your life, you don't settle on the hip hop station, okay? So it is about making sure that you yourself are actually in tune and aware of what it is you're actually trying to achieve so that you more readily can connect to the appropriate frequency. So, lovely, lovely readings. The theme this week very much felt like empowering, right? About, standing in your strength, standing in your power, going forward, not letting outside events or influences or people sort of get in your way. It's sort of that energy of find where you want to move forward towards and do so confidently and do so knowing that this is within your ability to achieve. So, on that note, I am going to wish everyone an empowering week. I hope you have a good one and enjoy the days between July 4th and 10th. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.